Chapter 29. Today, around Dakapit, Marana's grandchildren have arrived. Their parents are around, but they will not be allowed to enter with them. Security is tight at the entrance as the children are being screened. The scene grows more tensed as newsmen are gathering outside. The curious children are asking questions, whilst they are being led inside. They are excited. Each has own mixed feelings. There is general sense of urgency. Hearts are pounding hard under chests. 2 dogs are taking them through the hollow of cave. They enter the hall of the first chamber, well lighted with burning flames. Grandmother is already there. The elderly ones can recognize her. She is standing between flames with smile. They call out aloud, closing on her simultaneously. Most of them are in tears, some weeping openly and some sobbing. They kiss her in turns and more tears flow as she calls their names. She holds and caresses the smaller ones born in her absence. The old dove doesn't see clearly, yet she can still recognize each voice. She understands they have grown bigger in size. The children can see she has become older and slimmer. They can also sense well that she does not sound very healthy. The spirit of family love causes them deep hurt with sympathy, and each having that bond of one larger family feels for her like own self. More tears continue to flow, the little ones seeing seniors weep, and they naturally affected to cry too. They have heard much about her and the war. Those meeting her their first time are closely watching. Even the dogs around, although they are bound to do their work. But being human, are equally moved to tears. They clean facing away. The children are all talking without waiting. Each is pouring out information and other casual words. They are talking of major and minor events outside the world. But one of the wicked warders called Danny Django a rough wolf carelessly comes and tells them that time is up without warning. Fatal silence falls over their heads and hearts, with burning feeling. A higher wake of weeping overwhelms all while being led away. The eventual refusal of Damagan to set Lady Marana free from detention has sparked off chains of worldwide reactions. It has increased hatred of Damagan as well as his international notoriety. There is official and unofficial outrage published by news agencies. But Damagan, responding to a journalist's question, has answered, "Her freedom may be considered after negotiation." Days and weeks. All came noisy and noisily went, and people continue to talk worldwide. Damagan does not care about all the abuses. Winning the world war occupies his full attention. When asked any question, he answers indifferently, always repeating, "I, Damagan, will win the war. I will win. I will win the war." It is a great disappointment. Amaland Authority has eventually presented a document of conditions just for negotiation of her freedom before approval by Domigan. Ratan had earlier informed her she would be free in few days. Now he brings papers this evening for her to sign in hurry. Lady Marana suspects something wrong in the deal. She demands to read them. But Ratan doesn't want that. He prefers to read it aloud to her hearing. She reluctantly accepts, and he begins to read thus. Condition 1. You shall not preach peace till you die. Condition 2. You shall send no one to preach peace while you live. Condition 3. You shall never mention peace anytime and anywhere. Condition 4. You shall not speak against Damagan and the world war. Condition 5. You shall agree and observe every of these conditions. Condition 6. You shall not fault the words of all these provisions. Condition 7. You shall not oppose same secretly or openly. Ratan continues reading while Marana listens patiently. He finishes reading the details, and she reacts, saying, "This is yet another prison, the worst of all prisons." Lady Marana is angry. Ratan remains wordless, as both are set for a clash. The old woman becomes so charged, and she is dominating the dispute. He struggles to subdue her with ineffective threats and persuasions. Ratan, if not confused, is fighting to get 2 targets with 1 stone. He wants her free regardless of the conditions, and he wants to win also for the authority. Argument lasts as each persists. Marana is holding strong to her position. Eventually, Ratan says with anger while giving up, "The choice is yours, for before you are two options, one leads you to freedom and the other keeps you in prison. I have done my best for you, but if you want the worst on your own, you have no one to blame in this world." But Marana replies, "What then is freedom? Of what? Value is such a liberty in a world where one cannot breathe, even free common air? My wings have been plucked that I should never fly. My legs have also been chained that I must not walk. Yet my tongue must be tied and mouth closed not to speak. Although my eyes be so blind, but my oppressed spirit lives unbroken. What is life if what I think and feel are not freely made told to the world? If earth be thrown in darkness, let the least of light shine forth against it. The worst is a world without peace, and death is better without the truth. Peace is my pride to preach, and truth I alive in this mortal life to tell. It is my hope to live and be free and equally give freedom to all. But if I die while doing good, it is my only will, with which I triumph when life sets me free." Meanwhile, Eretan army is massing. The equipped troops are in the desert of Ergazada. They are conducting exercise along the border with Amaland. King Domagan sends goodwill messages to avoid attack from back. Amalands want Eretan to join them or stay neutral as war favors them. Air Parliament has eventually passed the controversial war bill. Hugo Zone will order action once he gets out of the sickbed.